So I wanted to know like how you began your journey with the jewelry manufacturing, and later on you chose jewelry designing.
Some people have ambition from the beginning when they're child.
Hmm.
I didn't have that. I was always confused what I want to be. I met
So-
him by the river Ganga actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Then how did you found this institute IIG South? So कितना time लगा उसको adapt करने में? Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of podcast. And today I'm going to cast a multi-talented, skilled, you can say, Aryan. Hello, hi Aryan.
Hi sir. Good
Hi.
morning.
Good morning. So I wanted to know how you began your journey, with the jewelry manufacturing, and later on you chose jewelry designing. So how it went?
Yeah. So it was a very interesting journey actually. I had no plans of getting into the jewelry field. From like some people have ambition from the beginning when they're child. I didn't have that. I was always confused what I want to be. First I wanted to be an astronaut, then when I got to know practically it's so difficult, then I took commerce, and also I was confused what to do. So my dad advised me to take a gap year after school. And usually parents don't say that, but he was the one to advise me. He said, no, after you finish 12th grade, just drop 1 year, travel around, and you'll probably figure out what you want to do while traveling.
Oh.
I had no idea. So then I took a gap year and I was traveling around just seeing and trying out new things. Then I ended up in Rishikesh in
Oh, nice.
North India, Uttarakhand.
Mm-hmm.
So over there I met a goldsmith who was working on jewelry, and then I convinced him to teach me. So he gave me another person's contact who is a master goldsmith. He was almost 55 to 60 years old. He had been a goldsmith from 35 years. His name is Mr. Manik Jaspal Singh. So I convinced him to teach me, and then that's where everything began, a journey.
So how good it is, your father, he told you to explore, and then while exploring you reached Rishikesh, and then you found him.
It just happened. Like I also wasn't expecting this field to ever come to me. I had no idea about jewelry designing.
Okay. So how did you found him? Like कहाँ पे मिले आप?
So in Rishikesh, his student, one of his student, he was working, and he had 1 day class. Make your own ring for 1 day. So I went and learned with him for 1 day.
Oh, nice.
I made my own ring, and then I was very interested in that process. I wanted to learn from the beginning how to melt silver and everything. So instantly I got interested. So I told him to teach me, and then he told he doesn't do it, but someone else might agree. So then he gave his number, and I met him by the river Ganga actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and that's where
A nice place. People go there for for holidays. Trip break लेके वहाँ पे लोग मस्ती करने जाते हैं, and you found out something which is related to your career.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is so. This journey, the whole thing, I can connect, figure out. बहुत अच्छा है.
Even he also wasn't agreeing in the beginning, but overall, after 2-3 times I met him, and then he saw my interest. So he agreed to teach me, and he told me initially it's for 1 month he'll teach me, but then slowly he also was interested, and then it became 6 months by the time I was there with him and I learned from him.
Great. Okay, now at what point did you realize you wanted to move from jewelry manufacturing to designing? Because आपने अभी बोला कि you learned manufacturing first, and then after learning jewelry manufacturing, how did this idea came to your mind that now I have to learn jewelry designing?
So actually after Rishikesh, I opened my workshop in Mysore, and I was doing jewelry, handmade jewelry in the workshop. So over there, I was taking custom orders and making 1 ring a day just to practice what I've learned. Over there, I realized that I, at some point, have to get into bulk manufacturing also to make money out of this thing, out of what I like. So for bulk manufacturing, I have to make good designs, and I just can't take something of Pinterest and I can make it with hands.
Right.
I had to get the design sense in my mind, and I didn't have any sketching knowledge or anything from childhood. It was all new to me. So I realized, okay, I have to also learn the designing aspect of this thing.
So this message is all for the Pinterest designers out there who think that Pinterest is the best source of inspiration. But in reality, what Aryan said, that he went outside and then he explored new things, and then finally he discovered his true potential. So even I would suggest, to the young design students, you should always break your boundaries when you are especially when you're into a creative field. So when you break your boundary, you get a lot of new ideas. So Pinterest is okay. Like Pinterest, ठीक है. You can go there and browse something, but I would not advise you to always choose Pinterest for your inspiration. Anyways, that was good to know. And how come after learning, when you finished jewelry manufacturing, then you started learning jewelry designing?
Yes.
Yeah, that you got that idea that now I should learn jewelry designing. Then how did you found this institute, IIG South?
Yeah, so I was searching about jewelry designing institutes, and I'd also spoken to few, one in Mumbai, one in Delhi. This one was the best that I thought it was, and that's why I joined here. And I joined for CAD designing and manual designing both. So in CAD we learned the basics of sketching and everything, and in manual, we learned the basics. And in CAD then it was all computer based.
तो पहले क्या सीखा, CAD या manual?
पहले manual.
पहले manual सीखा. Okay. First you started with manual. तो उसमें क्या मतलब पूरा basic, what did you learn?
So basically first we learned about the basics of designing, so isometric designing and
isometric drawing.
Yeah, like just basic elements of design, so color combinations,
elements
color
of design, principles of design. And then you learn how to generate form development,
form generation,
which is very important part in designing. The different stages of form development. And then later on you learn about gemstone rendering. Which is very important. Yeah,
that also we learned.
Okay, तो वो experience कैसा था when you started learning drawing part? Because your hand was used to making or handling tools, and then suddenly in your hand there were different tools like pencil हो गया, paper, lot of different tools were there. तो कितना time लगा उसको adapt करने में?
No, it took quite a lot of time, but the way you taught us was from the scratch. So we learned the elements, and slowly we got to sketching a whole piece. So it was the process made it easier, but of course from where I was started with, I had no idea of sketching, or I wasn't good at drawing in general. So it was a little difficult.
Okay, and what about now? Still
now,
bad?
No, now it's fine. Now I can do it.
So I think still you are okay with sketching part, but yeah, your concepts and ideas are really good. Okay, anyways, I feel that designing mein sketching is secondary. Though see, sketching plays a very important role when it comes to draw your ideas on paper. But the most important part is the creative process, like what concept you are choosing and how you are going to execute it later on. So sketching is secondary. The first thing is your idea, the concept behind whatever you are going to design.
For me, isometric drawing was very helpful actually. So 2D was something else, and then when you imagine it in a 3D form, how will come in the metal, how thick the metal will be. So that was very important.
Correct.
Isometric.
So technical drawings mein, yes, orthographic projection is there, which you can show multiple angles. But isometric drawing mein, you can create 3D forms, 3D pictures. So that helped you a lot. And also after learning the like isometric drawing, it becomes a lot easier when you learn CAD, computer aided designing.
CAD is just basically numbers from what you have on paper. So you make side view, front view already on paper in orthographing, and then just have to convert it to a software based.
Yeah, so now because we are talking about CAD, so tell me, how did learning CAD change the way you approach jewelry today?
Yeah, because initially I learned handmade jewelry. So what you can achieve with handmade jewelry is limited. What you can achieve with CAD is a vast thing. Some designs, if some of the CAD designs, if you start making handmade, it'll take weeks or months even to make it. So CAD opened up that perspective of mine that okay, a lot of other things are also possible in jewelry.
Yeah, CAD में see there are difference. I mean, जो चीज़ हम हाथ से कर सकते हैं वो CAD में नहीं होता, और जो चीज़ हम CAD में achieve कर सकते हैं, that you cannot do by hand.
You can do, but there's no point in spending so much time when you can do it in a soft.
Yes, especially in today's scenario where everything is fast. So learning CAD is very important.
It's important, and it's important to balance also. Some things you should.
So what all softwares you learned?
I learned Matrix Gold and Rhino.
Rhinoceros.
Yeah.
Okay, which software you found much easier to learn?
Matrix
is easier. Yeah, a lot of students they still tell that Matrix is a lot easier to learn. But I'll say like Rhinoceros is like base.
It's the base.
You start learning the basics and then you get into to the next part, which is advanced.
You have to start with Rhinoceros to able to learn Matrix. You have to start there.
But don't you feel ZBrush is equally important?
ZBrush is important, but
But
it's a different sector only. So it's modeling and
modeling,
design, like clay modeling sort of
clay
thing,
modeling.
but on software.
Yeah, when you talk about modeling, there is one more story I like to share with you all. That Aryan also has done modeling in his earlier days.
Yeah.
So can you share a bit of story about your modeling, like how come?
No, I didn't do that much of modeling. Just I was interested in photo shoots. My friends were photographers, so we took a few shots. And since I was doing jewelry also, so I was able to wear it and take photos of it, so I can post myself. So that's where it was useful for me.
Yeah. So did the modeling help you understand jewelry styling, proportion, and presentation?
Yeah. It did open up a lot of that space in my mind, that how to style the jewelry and then,
like according to your style, which jewelry should you carry on your body? Because that is one very important part, what important subject. Like according to the styling, which jewelry will suit you. If you are going to an event or wherever you are going. So that is very important. Okay. So apart from learning jewelry and CAD, what are the other areas, subject which fascinated in IIG?
In IIG, gemology was, of course, a subject I wanted to learn, but then that time I didn't have the time to do it. But it's very important to learn that. So in the future, I will do that as well.
तो gemology में मतलब ऐसा क्या लगता है कि you should learn, कि मतलब gemology is a subject, of course it's a very good subject, but उसमें कौन सा part है जो you think that it will be very helpful for you in designing?
Basically, the testing of stones and to see if the stones is natural or not, and to be able to test it. Because when I purchase stones, so that's very useful part that I have to look at. Now I'm starting with common stones like emerald and everything, but a commercial quality of it. But when I get into high quality of these stones, then I need to have an eye to be able to check it, and then I buy it. So that's where it'll come of a lot of use to me.
So you still like exploring new places, going new places, and then trying, बहुत सारे contacts बनाते हो. So how did all these things, because एक point पे अपने को लग रहा है कि हाँ, after you are done with the course, like course खत्म हुआ, then start business or start your own brand, and then suddenly यहाँ पे we have to look after the other part also, like where networking is very important. Sourcing हो गया, लोगों के साथ contact बनाना, and then traveling to different part of India, maybe चाहे abroad. So there are a lot of things.
Yeah, no, because jewelry field itself is very close knit. As few communities only pursue this field. Like in Jaipur also we have certain communities who are in this. So they don't let outsiders come so easily. So you have to work your way through. You have to make contacts. And stone buying is a different field in itself. It's not an organized market. Like there's no price sheet that you follow. Okay, this stone will be this much. You have to go there, you have to bargain, you have to see the quality. It's a very unorganized field, and you have to have a lot of experience.
Then I think you should learn gemology as soon as possible.
Yeah, gemology, I'm planning to do it.
Yes. Okay, so you should learn gemology as soon as possible, because as you said that you go outside and then you source gemstones. So there are chances that people might, give you some glass pieces, and also मतलब हम लोग देखते हैं ना Instagram पे आजकल, they will take a bottle का कांच का piece and they will give a nice facet and then to make it look like a real gemstone or diamond. तो ये सब fake चीजें भी बहुत होती हैं.
Gemology is important, but at the same time, after learning, like you said, after doing the course also, we have to go to the market to apply that. If we learn gemology on paper, that's also not enough. You have to have that knowledge as well when you actually go and buy.
Right. Okay. So now, see, apart from all these things, like you have learned manufacturing, then jewelry designing, then CAD. तो ये सब सीखने के बाद, the turning point which you felt, ये सब सीखने के बाद, what was the main turning point in your life? So do you think there was any turning point after learning all these things?
Yeah, after learning, I think the time I spent in Jaipur, I opened an office in the main market. I was there for almost 1 year. So that was a complete turning point, because what I had learned, I had to actually apply it in the market, and that taught me a lot of other things that it was required for me to learn.
And also you have you got some awards, few awards also, like certificates and all.
Yes.
So can you please talk about it a bit?
Yeah, so that all started because I was learning designing here. So we were introduced to all these competitions that are happening. So first one I got was IIG Expressions. In that I made a retro piece and that got selected. Then Singapore Design Award came. That I had won three designs were selected. And then the WADA Awards in Dubai.
So what were the concepts? First you said the retro piece. So what did you design in that?
Yeah, so most of these awards have a theme around what you have to design. So the first one was retro theme in the IGI Expressions Award. So I designed a bangle, which is the elements of it are openable and you can convert it to a pendant and earring.
Oh, nice.
Because retro jewelry had a lot of these elements.
Yeah, correct. So retro pieces were very like they were convertible.
And one more thing about retro jewelry is that the gold that they used, so they didn't have a particular exact measurement of what other metal to put. So now we have exact 18 karat. So we know, okay, we'll put this much of copper to it, it'll become 18. That they didn't have that. So a lot of color differences were there. Some gold was slightly reddish, some was slightly yellow. In one piece itself, they had different colors.
Oh,
so I worked around that also in my design.
Great. So when you are designing something or you are participating in a competition, so there are chances. Sometimes it's all about luck that you get selected or you win. So यहाँ पे you have to hold that patience रखो थोड़ा सा. Maybe next time you will be winner. So don't give up because I see lot of people they after one competition एक बार जब ऐसे खत्म होता है सेलेक्ट नहीं होते हैं तो they reject this idea to participate from the next time.
So the first competition I also wasn't selected and that one I worked the most for. So you never know
so it never knows like कि कब तुम्हारा luck कैसा साथ दे. See, hard work, of course, we say that hard work is 90%, 10% is luck. So 10% luck, it's not कि मतलब वो हमेशा आपके favor में ही होगा. तो patience is very important and also like आप जब कोई चीज़ कर रहे हो तो you should keep doing it, practice करते रहो because that उसी के लिए हमने पैसे invest किए, right? To learn jewelry designing.
Yes.
Okay, now what was the toughest phase of your journey so far? Like you have shared about your experiences अभी तक. Now you currently at present you are doing your own business. You have started your own business. तो अभी तक के time पे like कौन सा सबसे ज़्यादा challenging रहा? कौन सा phase, कौन सा part?
A lot of phases were challenging actually, but business का तो था ही. The main challenging was in Rishikesh, of course. So I was at a very young age. I was 18 that time, just left school. So all of my other people I knew were going to colleges, having a different life altogether, having friends. But I was in a different place with no friends, nothing, and just a Guruji who I was under that time. So that age was little difficult for me to get in that place and adjust myself to that place. Also, I had to give a lot of discipline to learn this thing. And my Guruji also was, I wouldn't say strict, but he wanted me to learn very badly. So sometimes he was strict with me but he happened as a miracle to me. That was where everything started for me. And
तो आपको कभी लगा नहीं, you never thought that whatever I'm learning from him, at the end I'm not going to get any certificate? Like,
yeah, exactly.
क्योंकि कई बार होता है ना colleges, institutes में when you do your studies, after completing it, you get certificate, a recognition, which is very important for your career growth. तो वहाँ पे वो भी system वो भी नहीं था ना.
That also wasn't there. He was just a person who I learned under, and there was no books, nothing. The first day he handed me the heating torch and told me to melt the silver. No explanation about melting point or this thing. But that was the way it worked out for me, and that was the way he knew how to do it, and it was perfect for me actually.
Hand-on experience.
So award certificate का जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ा. This was more than enough for me. This experience.
ये जो आपने लाइन बोली ना, सर्टिफिकेट का जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ा. This is very एक काफी मतलब वेटेज इसमें बहुत सही बात है. Like if you are really skilled or आपके पास talent है तो certificate is not required. But the sad part of the industry is like when you apply for a job, so definitely they cross-check, verify that whether you have done your courses or your qualifications. तो लोग देखते हैं. But that is true. If you are an individual, तो वहाँ पे definitely we don't need any certificate.
Yeah, the experience was also what mattered the most actually.
Right. So was there a moment where you doubted yourself?
Yeah. A lot of times I doubted myself that am I even capable for this field? I remember one point, so filing process, no, in the jewelry.
Filing.
So that I was struggling a lot with. I had no idea how to file, and sir also was scolding me a lot. You're not able to file, you're not able to file. उसके पीछे मैंने like बहुत struggle किया है. So that's where I doubted myself कि मैं what am I doing? Like, is this even what I want to do? To learn that simple thing as filing, I took a lot of like 1 month almost.
And what about other techniques? Embossing.
Other techniques also takes time, but filing is the basic, no? Like you need to know
filing.
it to be able to go along.
उसमें भी angle होता है, like इतने angle पे file करना है, right?
Which angle and how much to file. So should be light on one side and heavy on one side.
उस फाइल भी बहुत different types के होते हैं उसमें.
Different types की, हाँ.
कौन सा फाइल किधर यूज करना है तो
I used to take back some files from workshop, and when I used to go back home at 8:30, I used to again sit and file. Because that's difficult to learn that for me. For some people it could be easy, that part.
So how has your mindset changed from your manufacturing days to now? Because that time you were 18 and now you are 23.
Yes.
So is there any difference between the thought process?
Yeah, a lot of it has changed, and also what I'm working on has changed. So now I'm working more on the business side of jewelry, and I started as handmade, then I learned designing. And now I'm combining that and making it more like a business. So I make one piece on my own, I design a piece, I manufacture it, then I get it made in bulk by the manufacturers. And I'm concentrating on selling, I'm concentrating on wholesaling. So I'm working on all that part now.
Okay. And also when those time pe you were alone, like the Rishikesh gaya to. So, and one more question, like if you have to advise, like Aryan of 18 years old, so what would you advise him?
I think for that age I was fine. Like maybe I don't have any advice as such, but I was okay that time.
So you were going good.
For that age I was okay. Now if I think of it now also, it seems...
Because see, at your age different, at your age, there are a lot of teenagers, they whatever they are doing, they don't have any idea like where they are going, where they're heading, what they will do after their studies. So there are a lot of things going around in their mind. But I think you have justified nicely.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I didn't want to jump into any field, like just join a college and take up any degree. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have passion for that thing.
Yeah, so all the credit goes to your father.
Yeah,
because
father. Mother also was very supportive. Both like agreed on the decision.
Yeah, parents. I would use the word parents,
yes,
not
parents.
father. Yeah.
My father is an artist himself. So
nice.
Yeah, he's a copper artist. So
copper artist. Yeah. So what he do?
So he takes copper sheets and he embosses them from behind. So towards the front you get a painting out of it.
Oh, nice.
So he does that. Also, he likes, like, he has a lot of creative mind. So anything he'll be doing, sometime he'll be doing woodworking, sometime he'll make this, sometime he'll make jewelry, beading. So he always introduced me to tools from a very young age. He taught me how to grind wood, make furniture. So I was interested in tools from the beginning. That's why when
artists are crazy.
That's why when I saw my Guruji working, I was interested in it because it had tools involved.
So from there, that idea, that seed was,
Yes.
Okay, so where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I want to open my own brand of jewelry and also have a wholesale channel which I'll work on. So basically in business field I see myself. And also I want to spend a few hours of the day when I'm designing peacefully and making jewelry.
Okay. So you can tell your viewers, like, from now only you can, I'm going to promote Aryan that whatever he's going to do for his future, I mean, he wants to start his own business. So it's all, luck from my end. Like he should do really well in his career path, because when I knew his story, not only me, like those who are watching, so they can relate. Some of you definitely can relate even your journey, like how they started and where they are right now. So best of luck for that.
Thank you.
Okay, and now this is our last segment where now what skills should young designers focus on early? Now if you have to suggest the young designers or the young students who are coming to do this course, so what do you suggest them?
For students, I would definitely say one thing is to listen to your teachers and respect them,
Okay.
because they have a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Like you or even my Guruji in Rishikesh, it was so tough to convince him to teach me that I automatically gained the respect for him. And I was always doing what he told me. And they have so much experience, so many years of experience. So listen to them. And for a designer, I would say that for a young designer, that practicality is very important, and creativity is very important as well. You have to have an open mind. You have to go to different places, see different elements, and then put them in a design. And after all that, look at the practicality of it. So because I learned manufacturing, now I know, okay, I'm making this design, but is that even possible in the metal? Will I be able to make it in the metal? Will I be able to source a stone for that? Is that practically available, that stone? Is it coming in the price range? What's the trend right now? Is it lightweight gold or heavy? So all that you have to look and then you design a piece.
So in this whole sentence, the most important part was listen to your teachers. Yeah, you should always listen. See, to be honest, even we as a teacher, when students, there are a lot of students. I mean, of course, we have different types of students. Some of them will be serious, some of them will be, totally distracted, like they don't know what they're doing, though they have paid money. But even we love teaching those students who are really willing to learn. So, but now what I'm doing, I have to teach everyone. But if a student is focusing more, they are disciplined, or they really want to learn something, then we do that with my whole open heart.
I've noticed that. That's what teachers, when they see a person is interested, then they'll give you more of wisdom. My Guruji also, like, when he saw how interested I was, and I used to every day go and touch his feet, like I really treated him like the best thing that's happened to him, and I still have a lot of respect for him. So then slowly he started teaching me different techniques, which goldsmiths have secrets of themselves, and it's a very closed field. So he taught me everything he could. Like he passed down his complete knowledge, and I was his last student. And then he shifted.
So when did you last met him?
I met him during that time only. Then he shifted to Switzerland now.
Oh, now he's in Switzerland.
There. So I was his last student actually.
Guruji, please come back. You should do some, teach the Indian students. Okay. I think this message will definitely go to him. Okay. And now one thing every jewelry student should experience outside the classroom. Inside the classroom, definitely we have all the stuff, we teach them. But what do you feel that outside the classroom they should experience?
Yeah, I think for designers, traveling is very important.
Like you did.
Yeah. And also after learning the course, also I've traveled. When you go to different temples, when you go to different monuments, you see the elements of design that you learn on books, you see it in actual form, and you can take inspiration from that. Like temples in Hampi, you could say, or I've not been to Egypt, but if you were to go to Egypt or a place like very ancient, you would see so much architecture that you can use in your designs. It opens up that mind of yours.
And most importantly, when you travel, you get a lot of stories, which is a very important part in jewelry design. Like when you create story, it puts life into that particular piece. So that is very important.
Yeah, exactly. And nature also, when you are in nature outside, you see, and then such things come to use. You can make a mountain, or wherever you are that day, you can actually present that in your design.
Yes. So what do you think now? The classroom studies are more important, or the field studies are more important?
Both are important, but field is I think it's more important.
Because you are serious, that's why it is important for you. But there are other students who will enjoy outside instead of learning. Yeah, but this is very important thing. Like when you go outside, you should always explore new things. You should learn new things, even new culture. Because in India we have around 28 states, right? And then so all these 28 states have different language, different food, eating style, different fashion, jewelry. So when you learn about different culture, it makes your life a lot easier in terms of storytelling, in terms of jewelry making, designing.
Yeah, inspiration, that's what you get, inspiration.
So you get a lot of ideas, new ideas.
You can always get it from your phone, but going out and getting inspiration is very good. And every designer, a lot of designers do that actually.
Okay.
People.
Yeah, right. Correct. So you have something to you want to show about like now we'll be talking about your pieces. You have your pieces.
Yeah,
something
I've
which
got
you want
few
to
of
show.
them here.
So I found this ring very interesting. इसमें जो patterns है ना, ये बहुत अच्छे से बने. Like, can you please explain like what technique you have used
this
and
is
what is the concept behind the
this is
story?
again hand engraving. It's called, in Hindi we call it chilai. So metal ko chilna, basically with a hand chisel. And this is a Mughal style of hand engraving. So that's why it's called a lot of Mughal symbols. And you cut the gaps in between, and then the flower forms. Usually you would engrave the flower, but this you just engrave the gaps in between, and then it automatically forms.
Nice. And this is which stone?
This is a ruby.
This is a
Natural
ruby.
ruby, yes.
Oh, nice. And we have one more. I can see this tiger nail.
These few of designs are what I inspired by her and made it. She makes a lot of comfortable rings. It's got some weight to it, and so these are all inspired by her. This necklace is very interesting. I made it for my mother actually. It's an amulet. It opens up, and you can put.
Also, these all things you did by hand. This
Yes,
is all
this
handmade.
is all handmade. So I have this traditional line, one like this piece you see. This is also one of the traditional pieces that I make, Navratan, 9 stones, and then I have this contemporary ones, like the handmade ones.
So these are all Navratnas. Yeah.
Yeah, all 9 natural stones, the way in the astrological order that So this is for the Indian market. People like
So
to.
I feel your designs are more like tribal Amrapali style. Because you like Amrapali brand.
Yes, for the Indian jewelry, I like this sort of tribal pieces. And then again, I have a contemporary line like the ones you saw, this handmade jewelry. This is all contemporary.
Yeah, this is more like Bohemian style.
More of Bohemian.
The turquoise.
Yeah, like these are for the export market, you could say.
So yeah, that was a really nice collection you have done. Whatever those engraving pieces, and then that snake pattern, and then engraving you have done really nice. But these designs, they are more like hippie jewelry.
Some of it you could say.
That hippie effect is there. Yes. Okay, very nice. Okay, now this is the last part of our episode today, and which is known as rapid fire round. So you have to answer your questions very smartly.
Okay.
Okay, take your time, few seconds, and then answer them.
Okay.
Okay, let's start. So if not a jewelry designer, what would you be?
I honestly don't know, sir. I think I would want to be astronaut, but
Astronaut.
But then practically I don't know what I would be if not this.
Okay. No, anyways, you have to choose one. So astronaut is
Astronaut.
okay. Astronaut, yeah. Favorite gemstone?
Favorite gemstone, emerald.
Emerald.
Yeah.
But you have used, I can see a lot of turquoise in your design.
Turquoise I've used, but emerald is.
Emerald is your favorite.
Some like deep green emerald with luster and color.
Okay, great. So what do you feel now? Like manual designing is good or CAD?
Manual is good. It's a base for CAD.
So which one do you like?
Manual.
Manual. Okay. Your favorite Indian jewelry brand?
Amrapali.
Amrapali.
Yeah.
Okay. So why do you like Amrapali?
They have a lot of heritage designs and some
Tribal
pieces
collection.
are really wonderful.
Okay. Matrix gold or rhinoceros? Which one is easier and fun to learn? Matrix gold. Yeah. Okay. So when do you get your best ideas? Late night or early morning?
Late night. Mostly actually while I'm lying down in the bed before sleeping I get a lot of ideas.
Before sleeping you get a lot of ideas. Nice. Okay. Designing with music or designing with snacks? Something to eat?
With music, of course.
With music.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Snacks is more messy also. Music is better.
Yeah. At one hand you have to hold your pencil and then you have to eat.
Samosa on one hand.
Yeah. So you'll get a nice samosa texture on your paper.
Music, of course.
Okay. Classroom lecture or field study?
Field study.
Field studies are great. Yeah. Do you use Procreate?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay, so which one is easier, like to draw on paper or to draw on Procreate?
Paper drawing is easier, but Procreate coloring part is easier on that.
It gives a nice clarity.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now if you could redesign jewelry for any movie, which movie would you choose?
Which movie would I choose?
So do you like watching movies, right?
Yeah, I love watching.
So which movie you will design for?
I think
If you get chance.
I think some old.
Some old means which movie? You have to
Like those
tell a name.
Bansali movies, with a lot of traditional.
Ramlila.
Maybe Padmavat.
Padmavat.
Yeah, something like those historical movies where I can redesign all the jewelry.
Nice. So, which international brand has the most unique collection?
I love Bulgari's collection.
Bulgari. Yeah, everyone loves Bulgari.
Their Serpincha collection is amazing.
Yeah, right. So, what's the hardest jewelry manufacturing technique you have learned so far?
Hand engraving was the hardest for me.
Hand engraving.
Hand engraving. So you have to, it requires a lot of patience. And with machine it's easy, but with hand, first you draw it on metal, and you have to sharpen the tool. You have to keep on sharpening the tool.
Yeah, the chisel. It's very difficult to control it. The movement.
First you sharpen on a sandpaper, then you again put on metal, and again you have to sharpen it. And it's difficult to control, like you said.
And those who feel that handling chisel is very easy, when you start handling chisel, engraving, this part of your palm, I'm sure that
starts paining.
It will hurt a lot. And after 5-10 minutes, you will give up. And then if you're continuously doing it, then I'm sure that it will get swell. Okay, one advice for students who are going to start jewelry designing.
I think you should learn the practical part of jewelry manufacturing and then learn the designing part.
Okay, so they should learn practical first, then jewelry designing.
Yes, that's because when you learn designing first, you don't know what you're working with, how metal works when you actually make the piece.
Yes, now it makes sense.
First learn about metal and then you learn about the designing part. I think that's better.
Because when you design something, you know the limitations.
And how practical it is, and is it even, and learn the business part also. Is it even sellable?
Yeah, right.
How much price the metal is at the moment, and who will buy it, who's your end customer, all that you have to learn.
Okay, so that's it. It was nice talking to you, Aryan.
Thank you.
And having you in our show.
Thank you so much.
So I hope and all the best for your future endeavors, and I'm sure that after a few years we will host again and that time you will be at another level, hopefully. I'm sure.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.